Listen. Lil Durk, this rapper, he's the target of home invasion, and gunfire ended up happening. Now, I have to start by saying that Lil Durk has had a lot of people die around him. You know, King Von, the other rapper who was shot in the
His
eye,
brother.
his brother. Like, there's a lot going on around Durk, and I ain't gonna lie, he's somebody that I don't know, have never known. I don't have a Lil Durk download on my Instagram on my phone, but I have prayed for this man because I just feel like when that gloomy cloud starts following you and people all around you start dying, get real close to home. Him and his baby mother, India Cox, they were recently victims of a home invasion that took place at the rapper's house in Atlanta. And so the local authorities are saying that suspects came through his house around 5 a.m. and a shootout took place a little after. And it's being said that Lil Durk and Cox used their firearms to protect themselves. And during the incident, nobody got shot, fortunately, but it's unclear how many people went into the house to carry out this crime. Now, they're asking for people who know any tips about the home invasion to come forward. And Ti has done a commercial for Crime Stoppers, so I don't know if he's stepping in to voice that over or not. But either way, Lil Durk has yet to be released. People are speculating what's happening over there. I don't know, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's scary. I think it's scary this internet era because I remember back in the day, you had no idea where celebrities lived, right? They would rent a house for MTV Cribs, or you come out to LA and they take you on this fake tour around. They'd be like, "Oh, this actor lives here." Now with the internet, I just feel like everybody is at arm's length. Like it's so sad that a rapper at the status of Little Durk, that people can find out where he lives and invade his home. And at the same time, it's like, and I can't really speak for Lil Durk and his team, but all these rappers, all the young rappers out there, man, watch who is in your camp. Everybody's not your friend. Everybody doesn't want to see the best for you. A lot of people will sit right next to you for years and envy everything you have going on and wish they can have just a piece of the success you have. And I feel like that's what we're seeing with people like Little Durk. And, Pop Smoke just put out an album, rest in peace to Pop Smoke. But it's so unfortunate that we're losing all our young superstars to these home invasions.
This is where I think people just have to take extra steps of precaution. Watch who's following you when you're driving. When I drive home, if there's a car behind me, I'm going to drive right by my house and hit a U-turn. And I always have my gun on my lap because you just never really know. And you got to stop with this whole idea that you don't need to be paranoid too, because everybody should be alert at all times. Period.
Yeah, I agree because like even when on social media, I don't ever post me somewhere until after I've left that place. So
Smart.
like if you see me posting at a location or a restaurant, it's because I'm already in the car or the Uber and headed home. And for me, I'm about to get a little West Indian, but West Indians are very superstitious about who we have in our home. Unless I know you and I think I know your heart, you can't come in my house. And it's a very West Indian thing. We can't help it. But if you think about my family, my grandmother was killed by her best friend, right? So my whole family is very, very big about betrayal and who your friends are. My uncle was set up by his best friend. So for me, unless I know your heart personally, I don't care who's vouching for you. I have to see you with my own eyes and make sure that I trust you before I have you around anything that I care about. I've always been like
But
that.
and the scary part is, even if you do that, you got Amazon delivery drivers, you got Postmates, you got
True.
people that come to your house, and because of social media, you don't even know what they do on their off time. Like the Amazon dude could be an up and coming rapper, and he could just pass the word to his boy, like, "Oh, I just dropped the package off at Lil Durk house," and just that simple. And it's so scary. Like we live in some scary times. So, like, thank God his children weren't there because he has kids. Like these people don't even think about. I don't know, man. It's just we in a
Well,
dark
it ain't
time, man.
even that they
It's a
don't
very
think
dark
damage.
time.
It's just that they don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care.
I
You
don't
saw
care.
that video that went viral in New York where the man was trying to shoot a guy and his kids were pretty much laying on top of him and they were shooting all around the kids. They could have shot these kids. People just don't care anymore. And it's really sad that we live in that type of world. To your point about posting where you are, I don't post where I'm at when I'm there, and I don't let the people with me post where they are with me and tagging me and this and that, because at the end of the day, people be plotting. We recently had a situation on that app,
Mm-hmm.
Vigo, where somebody that was in my family at the time got into it with people, and then the people released his address, then pulled up to fight him, and he went to go fight them. But somebody watching the live stream pulled up with a gun and pulled it on him and told him, "I could have killed you." Like there are just people out here that want to be a part of storylines just to get this clout. I knew when Offset and Cardi did that song "Clout," do anything for clout. I mean, it was a popular song, but when you really stop and you think about it, people really are out here taking chances breaking in Ellen's house, breaking in the Kardashians and the Jenner's
Hmm.
houses just to get
Hmm.
their name out there. And the sad part is it's gonna happen to the wrong person and they're gonna chop your head off. And I'll tell you, when it comes to postmating and all that, I even set it up to where now I have an intercom. I don't even go downstairs. You leave that postmate there, and when you leave, I look around. If you didn't drive off, I answer my door with a gun all the time. And I remember
Oh,
when I got my concealed weapons permit, they said, "Hey, what's your plan in the house when you're walking through the house? Do you need a holster to carry your gun on you?" And I thought it was so stupid because the girl training me, she she carries a gun around on her waist in her house, and I just thought, like, how dumb is that? You ask my employees, I be out here because now you just never know when it's gonna pop off. So I just wish my well wishes again to Lil Durk and to his girl and to his family. I'm glad that you guys are safe, and I just pray that we do a better job. And I don't know if it's the COVID or the desperation people have now from being locked in the house all the time, but I kind of feel like these reports are growing now. The owner of Fashion Nova, Richard, who's been really good to Hollywood Unlocked. They try to rob him in front of his house, and his security killed the guy. It's just
what?
yeah. You didn't
Yeah,
hear about
it's
that?
wild.
You
It's
guys,
no,
you guys, didn't-
Wow.
you guys didn't
it's
hear about that?
I heard about it.
No. Wow.
They followed him home from the Dream nightclub, the Tao. They followed him home from that area, got in his neighborhood, went to rob his friend for a watch, and then they shot it. They shot his security, but then the security shot them. One person died, and he was shot in the stomach and then died at the bottom of the hill. The kid was only 19 years old. And so, you never know who's lurking and plotting. You be seeing these little kids thinking they just, you know, hanging out. Nah, they be plotting too. And that's why I think, if it can happen to a billionaire like Richard, or it can happen to a rapper like Lil Durk, it could also happen to you. So I hope that people are safe. And I'm also a fan of black people getting guns. I don't think you need to be out
Yes.
here. I don't think you need to be out here with machine guns, but every black person should be armed with a legal firearm.